You know what it was, David? I didn't have my Wi-Fi toggle on. So, did you guys see what I got? Did you see what I got? The brim. I'll show you again. I'll show you again. I'm so excited about this. Nope, you didn't? Okay. So I got this big bag of my favorite taffy in the whole world. And it's got 1,450,000 pieces in it. And then we got this big bag of candy. And then we got red and blue and silver, you know, Mardi Gras beads for Murica. And then I got all the decals, like 6 sheets of these to put on the Jeep. And then I got, shut up. And then I got the window flags, and then I got the garland, and then this is one of the flags. It's going on the flag holder. And then our company banner is going to go on the other one. It's fine, Allie. And so we'll have both of those in the back on the flag holders. And then I got a lot more of the decorations, but they're not here yet. And so our whole motto for tomorrow on 4th of July parade is Murica in the military or first responders. We are honoring a first responder. He was a lieutenant of the fire department here, and we've got his helmet. He passed away, and he was one of my hospice patients, and we love their family so much. So it's an honor to be able to honor them. And then we've got a military member who's riding with us in full military garb. And so it's going to be a fun day. I'm super excited about it. Yeah, I mean, isn't that cool? So all the decorations are on their way. I don't have all the Jeep decorations here yet, but it's going to be so great. I can't wait. I lost my fucking drink. I wish you were here, David, so you could ride with us. It'd be so much fun. But yeah, it's going to be fun. Thank you for sharing the live. I'm just waiting for everybody to get here. I'm waiting on Cherry and Skip too. Yeah, it would be awesome. But maybe next year we'll do it. We'll do it in Houston. That can be our goal for the Houston office. We can do it there. Thank you. That would be so much fun. So, you know, yeah. It'll be a good time. I think Mimi dropped in because I don't know where this started, or who started this rumor, but Sal's person that reached out to me months ago did not reach out to me about Mimi. Oh, could you, Emmy? That would be so much fun. I don't know who started that rumor, but it absolutely did not happen. So it had nothing to do with Mimi. So there's that. Oh my God, my shorts are ripped all the way up the front. Hey, Cherry, Jesus. My kitty cat's going to be hanging out. So I'm like Beetlejuice. I'm here right when my name is said. I was just letting them know that whoever started that rumor that Sal's family reached out. Hey, Kirsten, my daughter's here. To me, it had nothing to do with you. So I'm not sure where that came from, but it didn't happen. That didn't happen. So, like Beetlejuice, that's funny. So, yeah, that wasn't a thing. I think I just you misunderstood it. Okay, I thought somebody told you that. Okay, yeah, that wasn't the case at all. They had reached out to me months and months ago, you know. It came up. She did, and her suggested, and she figured out who it was and saw the fuckery that was happening and reached out to me. Hello, Kirsten, my most beautiful. So that's what happened. And again, I don't dox people and I don't do that kind of shit. So I've never really said or done anything with that information that was brought to me. So, because you know what? I don't give a fuck. Bear with me, guys. We're cleaning up because my kids are coming. Kirsten, I wish you were here. You did not. No, and I did not. Okay, second thing. I don't know, and you can listen to the replays. I didn't agree with what Chewy said at all. And I said that 100,052 times yesterday. I don't agree with anybody talking to anybody that way. What I said was, when you get up on this internet, no one does, right? Exactly, no one does. Mimi said the same thing yesterday. And you know what? I'd rather gnaw my own face off than agree with Mimi. But what's right is right. And Mimi said the same thing yesterday, that nobody agrees with what was said. I think what we were trying to get across, and I might be wrong, Mimi, on your part, but I think this is what we were both saying, is that when you get up here and you do the fuckery that she's been doing for the last year since she's been here, you're going to push somebody and it's going to, it's going to come back. And you never know what that other person is capable of or is willing to do or say. So, the best thing to do is just not get up here and act like a total cow to people, and you won't get that kind of behavior. We are messing with people's lives, and we don't know what the person on the other end of that computer or phone is going to do when you mess with them and their family and their lives. And again, I do not condone what he said at all. But you've got to be careful on here. Somebody's going to push somebody to a point one day, and it's going to be the beginning of a very, very bad day for them, whether we agree with it or not. And I think that's what our point was. Like, you can't get up here and act like this and go after people. You're going to mess with the wrong person, and it's going to end up badly, really badly. So, stop. Just stop already, We don't know people. We don't know what they're capable of doing, right? Even though I know, but some think you guys are agreeing. I listened to the replay. No, it wasn't the case. I think Mimi and I were both very, very clear yesterday about that. 100 million times we said, we do not agree with this, what was said. But you got to stop messing with people. You're going to push somebody, to the point that it's going to end up badly one of these days, really badly. Y'all bear with me because I have to clean up because my daughter's coming, and if it's not clean, she's going to have a fit. No, they don't want to hear it because then they can use that to make us the bad guy and the villain like they always do. And if I wanted to be a villain, I would have put out her shit a long time ago. Jen, yes, you can. As long as you're coming at me with something real and not just fuckery. Because I'm not in the mood today. I'm in a good mood and I don't want to get in a bad mood. It's right, Emmy. Exactly. She did. Did you say Sal Deserves? At the time I said that, so I didn't pardon me, I don't go into lives. Most of y'all know that. Like, anything I know is usually sent to me. I was in Chewy's live for like 30 seconds maybe the other night when he was live, and then he got knocked down. So, no, I'm answering you, MLF. I didn't realize that was being said until it was sent to me. So, of course, no, I don't think she deserves to have those things said to her. Now, again, when you go after somebody continuously over and over, month after month, you can't do that and then sit and cry victim. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, now all of a sudden she's a victim of her own circumstance. She did a bunch of really bad shit to him. And I'm not agreeing with what he said. I'm just saying, all right, MLF, let me ask this. If I went after Sal's, would she deserve it? She spent a whole year going after me for no reason. Nothing but lies. You know, I'm saying maybe this will be the fucking wake up call that she needs.
Hey, I can't stay on long because I'm cooking the kids dinner, but I just, I want to make it clear because yesterday when I saw the comments of, people saying that C&J was saying like, she agreed with this and she agreed, with everything that Chewy said. I went to Jen personally and we had a conversation and I went back and I listened to the replay myself and I did not hear her or Mimi. And Mimi don't like me. She even told me in my messages she don't like me. They didn't say that. And I would never, ever agree as an SA victim. I would never agree with even my best of friend saying that is okay. And Jen knows I was ready. Like, I was like, okay, like we don't have to do it publicly. If we have an issue, we handle it privately. But after I listened to the live myself, and I listened to it twice just to make sure, and I didn't hear it. So I just want to say that. And I know that people have been coming for me in comment sections. Like, do you agree with this? No, I would never agree with something like that. Ever. Never, ever, ever. I don't think it's okay. I don't think that any man should ever threaten a woman the way that Chewy did. I think that Rose is in a very bad situation, and I hope that if she reaches out for resources. I think that he is dangerous, but people are going to have opinions, but that doesn't mean that they agree with what he said. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say my piece.
And let me clarify this real quick. Yes, I did say that at the time. Hold on, I gotta put my Cokes away. I did not know that was specifically said. I don't think any woman deserves to be threatened that way ever. I didn't know that the physical stuff was said at that point. So I just thought it was them two going back and forth at each other. You know what I mean? And that's when I said, well, Sal gets what she gives,
Real quick, Recliner, I did message you and was asking, like, I just...
Recliner? Why are you taking this so personally?
I did just message you. I don't know if you got it yet, but I did say, like, hey, please listen to the replay. Let's talk about this, because I don't like that you and Jen are fighting. You guys are friends too, and I want you to hear it. I don't know if you were in that live or if you just saw the comments, but she didn't say like she agreed with what Chewy was saying.
And Recliner, you know that I don't sit and watch people's lives.
Okay, I gotta go, Jen, but I'll come back up.
I don't watch people's lives. I was in the live. And Chewy's live, you will know that I was in there for about 30 seconds. I didn't know that he was attacking her physically or, the things that he said. So when I said, yeah, she gets what she gives. I mean, it was bound to happen. You know what I mean? It was bound to happen. So yes, that's exactly what I said. I also said I do not condone any kind of physical violence. I don't. Mimi said the same thing, but you guys. Oh shit! Sorry, it was Preston. You don't want to hear that. So
yeah, anything can go wrong, and at the end of the day, you're entitled to your opinion. And like I said, like what I normally do is when I come in here, I try to support everybody.
Right.
I think things were a miscommunication and it went a little overboard.
Yeah.
And what should have happened was there should have been a private conversation taking place, which I strongly agree with. Because we're adults, you know what I mean? Shouldn't be taken up on a live. It shouldn't be spoken ill about anybody.
Yeah. When I said that about Sal's deserving this, what I meant was, I've been on here with doing all this fuckery to everybody for a year. And now, again, we don't know what people are capable of on this internet. You can poke the bear. Well, eventually, like somebody said, you're going to get bit. And just stop already.
You studied the Gypsy Rose case, right? And you don't mind me asking? Like, you know about the Gypsy Rose case, correct?
Right.
Yeah, I think what it is that there's so much inconsistencies that there was a lot of things that were said to the media, fed to the media. I know that some content creators who were on her side were trying to be sympathetic with her because when you go through such a chaotic life, it's hard to get back into normal society again. And I think in psychological terms, I think people miss that mark. And I've spoken to many amazing content creators, including Chewy, and I've never had an issue with him. But honestly, everyone's entitled to their opinions. And like I said to you before, what should have been said in private. And I think that at the end, and I've spoken to a lot of victims, right?
Right.
And they were very open with me. And I said, listen, if you want to speak your story on my panel, if you want to talk about it and spreading awareness for the positivity, then let's do it.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, it doesn't matter what I say because people that are mad at me, they're going to say what they want to say anyways. And you know, I'm not going to be able to win here, and I'm not going to keep trying to sell it. It is what it is. Kleiner, you know me very well, and you know damn well that I don't sit and watch lives, and I don't keep up with the daily stuff. You know, I would never condone anything that he said, and it's not okay. Again, my point is, we don't know the people on the other end of these lives and these accounts. You can't keep messing with people. And what if somebody does come after you or your family or your home, or, you know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ, stop.
And the funny part is that they asked me, they go, well, Scully, have you ever had issues? I said, you know what? I've had content creators and we didn't get along, but I've always had respect for them. You know what I mean? It's a mutual respect for one another. Because I respect your content at the end of the day. And there's always going to be negative comments that are going to be a little bit crazy, but you got to think about it from that aspect, right? And this is a psychological term. I've studied psychology. So I know that some people may take it into an account and twist the narrative without you realizing it. Even though you come from a good place and you're talking about it, some people may not understand that.
Right.
You know, like,
yeah.
And a lot of people ask me, they go, well, how can you support certain people? Because they're nice to me, I'm nice to them.
Right.
I don't judge anybody. Like I said, my background is very chaotic, but I took that into a narrative to hear people out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think it's more of a positive outburst than you don't speak about the situation you don't know about, and your opinion is based off if you do not like her. That's got nothing to do with that, but if that's how you feel, that's your opinion alone.
Well, that's not true, Recliner. That's not true at all. I don't like her, but my opinion is on her behavior to people in this community. And I'm not the only one that she's done this to. Again, I don't wish any harm on anybody. And you know me better than that. You know, I thought we were friends. I thought you knew me better than that to even insinuate that I would wish that on somebody. You know, I would never, ever say that about you to somebody. I don't know what switch just flipped, but it is what it is. I still love you. I still adore you and your family. You know, your opinion is yours. But what you're not going to do is sit here and make me look like I'm promoting physical violence against another woman or doxing somebody. If I wanted to dox people, I could do it all day long, and you know it. But I don't. I don't play that way on the internet. Why? Because you don't know who you are messing with on the other side of these apps. I don't know people's mental health and what they're capable of. I'm not putting me and my family in danger by getting up here and acting ignorant or being an example to my children who see me on here. My grandchildren, my family would ever see me up here acting out of character. It ain't worth it to me. I'm not doing it. So, you know, I'm sorry that you feel that way about it.
Mimi says, some y'all need your heads a shake, more of the outrage. Huh.
I didn't hear what'd she say?
Oh, she wrote something here. Some of y'all need to use your heads more than just go off on an outrage. And for those who are turning a blind eye, that what sells and have done is just ignorant. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Where was all this outrage when she was going after all these creators one by one by one? She hasn't come here with any content. All she does is wreak havoc in this community. And now that she's put herself in this spot for some man to say such vile things to her and she's scared, you know, come
That's
on.
a sensitive conversation, you know, and I think that the only thing you can do is support her, because if it's a domestic dispute, sometimes it's better to let her understand that content is being recorded lives and posting them. I was supportive of her, but then no, I'm supporting you.
I'm not.
So I do not twist that, and Jesus Christ.
I've never said that, Recliner. You're saying stuff that I have never said once.
Why are you twisting the narrative and making it a big issue to begin with? I've already had a bad enough week. Don't do that. Come on, guys, like, grow up. I'm 36 years old. She's a grown-ass woman. Like, come on, man.
I've never ever once said or anything like that. Recliner, you know it.
Like, I can see that there was a lot of things that were mixed up, because every time I go in your lives, you're very calm and understanding. You don't like put any judgment on others, I think. And that's the thing though, right? You're not the first person I've had a conversation with about stuff like this.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to get up here and act out a character, and they're not going to get me to do that for their content. It's not going to happen, period. You know what I mean? Like, I have sat back and taken a lot of bullshit from this one and other people who have spread lies and hate and all that stuff. And thank you, Recliner. You have been a good friend through all this. I've never said you haven't. So,
No.
you know, the flip here is you flipping on me, not the other way around. I've never said that you haven't been a good friend through all this. And you know I appreciate you a lot, and I appreciated our friendship. So, you know, if you want to, you know, bail, then I guess that's what you
Are you like smoking or anything like that?
do. Me. I had a vape in my hand.
Oh, that's probably what it is. I see that.
Yeah.
I think what it is that a lot of people don't seem to understand. It seems like Recliner, if you got nothing nice to say, like, what are you, like an elderly woman?
No, no, she's not. No, she's.
So she's young.
I wasn't saying your content. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, everything I say, see what I mean? It's just going to be twisted into something else.
Hey, tabernac, like, no. The Recliner. You're just gonna start.
You just obviously want to be mad at me because I've already talked to you privately, and that didn't matter. See, when I'm friends with somebody, if they're fucking around and I don't like it, I'm going to reach out to them. I'm going to talk to them and let them know how I feel. I'm not just going to go on the internet and throw them underneath the bus and be ugly to them for no fucking reason when I would never do that to you. So I'm not going to win here. You're just going to be mad no matter what I say. And I hate that. I really do. It's very sad. Nothing bothered me yesterday other than that, our friendship.
Is Recliner a friend of yours?
Yeah.
Oh.
Considered her a
She
good
sounded
friend.
so angry.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm just shocked that she's, you know, and I tried to speak to her privately, and I told her that I love her. I care about her and her family. And I'm, you know, if she's mad at me, then tell me what the fuck I did. You know, you abandoned me when I needed someone the most. I did not mean to. If I did, why didn't you tell me how you were feeling? I talked to you. I haven't talked to you in a couple weeks, but you know, I'm sorry. I'm just working a lot. If I wasn't being the friend that you needed, I wish you would have said something to me. You know, I mean, I didn't know, and I apologize for hurting your feelings. You know, I would never do that on purpose.
You can't always win them all, honey. That's the problem.
You know, I'm trying to be as much a good friend to as many people as I can, and sometimes I fall short, and I'm, you know, and I apologize on that, but look, I've been here for weeks by myself. My family's gone. I'm working my ass off to keep them on vacation. I'm doing the best I can to make everybody happy. And I'm sorry if I wasn't there for you like you needed me. That's on me, and I apologize. But you could have come to me and talked to me about that. Hold on, Karen.
Oh, yeah, go ahead there.
Okay,
Terry.
hi. I'm gonna really quickly chime in here. Scully, please stop with recliner.
I
Don't.
just told her.
Okay, because her and
Yeah,
Jen
she
have been
explained
friends
it to
for a
me.
very long time, and they will either get through this or they won't respectfully towards each other. So I'm asking you respectfully to stop.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
did.
I'm
She
not.
did. She didn't know we were friends, so she just thought she was coming after me, and I just said something. Recliner. If I didn't answer your call, I didn't know you called. I would have answered. I didn't know. I'm sorry. A lot of the time when I'm working here, I'm on beachside, and beachside doesn't have towers down here, so I can't text. I don't get calls really good. If you called me while I was at work and I didn't get it, I'm sorry. But just, to text me. I'll answer any call that you ever have if you need to talk to me. If I missed a call, I'm sorry, but Jesus, it's not worth all this to me anyways. It's not worth, I thought we were friends. We've been friends on this app for a long time, and I'm just going to keep saying what I said. I care about you and your family, and I am sorry if I fell short with our friendship. It wasn't intentional. I don't know what else I can say. I just don't.
Well, I had no idea. It's just the way it sounded, you know.
Yeah, no, I get it. It does sound really combative and abrasive, and most people I wouldn't even sit here and tolerate it from. But I've obviously hurt her feelings. I did not mean to, and if she's upset, then she has a right to be. I just didn't know that she was feeling this way until yesterday. So all I can do is apologize. If I was
you can only apologize so much on your end because it just sounds like I said, a lot of miscommunication involved. And the thing is that it would be like me having a private conversation with you. I would say, well, listen, when you're free, let me know because I can see that you're probably busy.
Yeah.
It's respectful. Because I'm noticing that a lot
or
of
a private message where she was like, "Hey, I'm trying to get a hold of you. Are you avoiding me? Are you ignoring me? Are you mad at me?" Nothing like that. I would have addressed it right away. So all I can do is apologize for not being there if she needed me at any time. That's all I can do.
Oh, excuse me.
So. Terry, now you're supposed to read mine.
Like I said there, honey, you can't always win them all, and it is what it is. And, there's people that don't understand my situation. Yeah. They never will. And that's the reality that we all live in, right? Sometimes things can be misconstrued to the point where things can happen. Because I had a friend of mine where there was an issue. And they thought I was speaking bad, and I said, absolutely not. Is there any questions you may have? And the moment we spoke, they're like, oh, well, I didn't know that. I said, it's okay. You're talking about it now. We're dealing with it like adults. I don't have a problem with you.
I take my friendships, the very few that I have on this app, very seriously. And, I appreciate that people and, but I can only do so much, and I'm definitely not a mind reader. And if I'm doing something that's not cool to you, I can't fix it if I'm not aware of it. You know what I mean? I'm not a mind reader. I'm doing the best I can. Maybe not the best. Maybe I need to do better on certain things. I probably do.
Well, you're a grandma, you're busy, you got a job, and I'm going back to college myself and becoming a nurse. And
good for you. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm starting this January, so it'll kind of be like my special gift for me, but it's my birthday, so it'll be the end of January. Yeah, and I'm excited, but a lot of people there, they go, well, how would you know this? Because the crazy part is I had people that were the stamp binders of Gypsy, and they tried saying I was wrong. I said, I've studied medical records for years.
Right.
So you're going to turn around and tell me otherwise. They go, yeah, but you look so young. I'm 36. It's called not doing drugs and drinking all the time.
Yeah.
Have the odd glass of wine. I'm not going to lie, but you know what I mean? I show the bottle because it's beautiful, but I'm scared that you'll get in shit for it.
Yeah. Well, that's very exciting. I'm glad that you're going to nursing school. I think that's so cool. Congratulations. And I hope you just kill it because I know you will. We need We need nurses, great, compassionate people in this world, so I hope
Well, I
that.
want to become a travel nurse and, learn like different things because I've been across the border before. I'm in Canada, Ontario, believe it or not.
How are you? Neat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Lived in the Great White North my whole life, so
I
yeah.
hope that you do travel nursing. Man, if I had it all to do all over again, that's what I would have done for a career and just go see Blind Eye to Women's Actions. Holly, what are you saying? I think it's amazing. You can see the whole world and travel and yeah, that's great. Good for you.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is. I think positive conversations like that always need to take place. And, like a lot of people, they go, oh, you're so calm and like understand. And the thing is that I understand maybe Recliner might be upset. I don't know Recliner and I can't judge her. But I hope that she takes the time out of her day to speak with you and say, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, but it's not just about the money there, Christy. It's about also showing like compassion and empathy towards those patients who need it the most.
Just that phone call was scary. Oh, are you talking about the phone call to Sal's?
Yeah, there's always going to be there's always going to be situations like that, and I think what it is that certain things that a lot of people will tell me, I say, listen, it's your choice what you want to do. It's the call you got to make on your own.
Again, to that phone call, I agree. It is scary. That's what I was saying yesterday. You go out here and you create all this fuckery with everybody. You don't know who's on the other side of that screen name and what they're capable of. And is it worth putting you or your family or your livelihood in the line of fire with people that you don't know and what you're capable of doing? It's silliness.
Exactly. And I think that's the sad situation that we're all living in this day and age. And it's crazy because when people like even say, they go, yeah, we always expect like, some Canadians to be a little radical. I said, I'm not radical. I've seen everything.
Yeah, you don't sound radical.
I lived in the big city, came from a small town, so I've seen everything and all.
Yeah. No. So yes, I'm glad Cherry brought that up. That is not what I was saying yesterday. I don't think it's what Mimi was even saying. Again, you guys know that I don't want to sit up here and just agree with Mimi all day. I'd rather, but
have your own opinions.
And neither
have your
one
own
of us
thoughts and opinions. And I think that's important because a lot of people that disagree with me, and I say, you know what, that's fine. But they go, you're not yelling at me? Why? Why would I yell at you?
Nobody was saying that anybody agrees with that kind of behavior from any woman ever. Ever. So that was not okay.
Yeah, and I hope that Cherry, when she comes back in, if she needs to talk and she can educate me about, how she feels, I'm more than willing to listen to her.
Oh,
yeah, exactly. Nurses make a huge difference, and it's all about understanding one another. And I think that's the way that life should be. It should be about understanding the situation, respecting people's boundaries. Because like I said, grew up in a very chaotic household. My mother made a lot of bad decisions for us kids growing up, but I have 3 kids of my own, been married for over 10 years, and that's why I tell everybody at the end of the day, you're the only one who decides your faith and your destiny.
I agree, Angel. I agree. I think that was very scary for any woman to hear. It is. So, but if people want to go and twist my words and make me out to be bad, then I can't change that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I think that most of you who followed me for a long time know better, know that I would condone something like that. I don't even like people fighting.
No. So I don't see that happening, but has Chewy been charged with any criminal offenses that are legit?
I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know his history very much. I think that and I'm not excusing what he said. What I'm trying to say is that you come after somebody's wife and their family and their livelihood.
Yeah, that's a lot.
You don't know what that's going to push people to do. You don't know.
Oh, it's terrifying. Exactly. And I totally agree with that there, Christy, because you know what? It's about understanding. You never assume when you weren't scared for her. Well, the thing is, Holly, at the end, any woman who sympathizes with another woman with domestic violence can be something where we all sympathize. And I think that's the mark we're all living in.
Exactly. I think
Yeah.
most of us women, and you guys know, I had this poll on my live a couple months ago where we were talking about SA, children, domestic violence, and I asked each one of you, put in the chat the age, the first time, even as a child, that you remember a grown man, making you feel uncomfortable or victimized. And it was a really moving conversation we all had because the average age was 6. And I, out of all people, do not condone anything like that, ever, ever, ever.
Started when I was 14.
What I said, then I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Scully.
Started when I was 13 or 14 years old, and I had grown men try to get close to me because I was a lot more developed than the other girls. And like I said, I've had that happen, but don't feel bad for me because this is how I see life now as a grown woman. That if any woman comes to me about certain things, like my cousin, she's very brave. And, she's been through a lot. And I think what it is that she's speaking her story. And I'm very proud of her for that.
Yeah.
So for any woman, for any woman who comes in, they're welcome. They're welcome in my stream. You're welcome. No issues here. And that's the thing. Yeah. And people, they say, well, you get along with it. I said, yeah, I'm a very nice person, but I also observe you, right? Especially if I see something with you, I'll be like, hey, how this came out a little bit wrong, right? And hopefully they know that. I know for a fact that Jen would never side with Chewy. Just yesterday morning when she heard me crying over and that is a very emotional thing there, Cherry. I
have
totally
been through it. Most of us women have been in this position before. I mean, remember, for those of you who were in that live when we did this just a couple months ago, I was talking about this very thing. Most women have been victimized, and I see why people are rallying behind Sal because what he said was not okay at all. But they're going to twist my words and make it look like I'm supporting him when I didn't. I was saying, and I think Mimi was too, and the rest of us in Keys Live, that you cannot keep poking bears and you don't know what that bear is capable of doing or what they're going to do or the threats they're going to make. Like, it's not worth this app. This internet is not worth putting yourself in harm's way. Period. It's not. Why would you do something like that? And that's all she's done since she's been in this community is go after creator after creator after creator. Why? I don't know. I thought we were all supposed to be anti-gypsy creators or pro-gypsy. I'm friends with both sides. You know what I mean? Like, why would you continue?
I'm very anti-gypsy because after reading the medical records and reading everything, including watching the full interrogation video, see, I believed gypsy at first because you got to remember, too, I came from an abusive household myself. My mother was very controlling, very manipulative. I know what narcissistic behavior looks like. I lived through it for many, many years. Now, yeah, and that's what I mean is that this is just my opinion alone. You can take it or leave it. Now, this is just how I see it. She took her story, spin it, twisted the words, made her mom look terrible. Now, was Dee Dee a perfect parent? No, there's no such thing as a perfect parent. But we can all sympathize with Dee Dee. How she went was not okay. Gypsy could have stood up and said, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore, Mom. I'm done with the conning. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly there, Christy. That is absolutely right. We all believed her and we all wanted to support her. Was I happy that she was going to be free? Of course, because I wanted her to live a fulfilling life. She was married and I thought, oh, great. Now she could finally have a family and be happy. Well, that was not the case. And, every content creator who supported her, and I'm going to say this, Example, Fancy. Now, I know a lot of people don't like Fancy. I like Fancy because you know what? She had a lot to say to me, and I got a lot of respect for her as a content creator because let me tell you, I looked at her work. It's good. Now,
Yeah, I agree.
the thing about Fancy is that she was very supportive, like how I am with you. Very supportive, very understanding about your situation. That's how she was with Gypsy.
Yeah.
Only to be tossed away like human garbage because now she got a better opportunity with Lifetime. Now, what the hell was that about? And then she worked with HBO. She didn't have to do all this. She could have did one documentary. That's all it could have took. And then what they could have done is took the other documentary, and would they have had her consent, it would have been different. Now, it was no different with the show The Act. They went by it as closely as possible, like Fancy said, based off the crime files.
Yeah, and with it, we were all sold, and then she got out and we started to figure shit out because, we got a brain and can see and read. And I was a huge Gypsy supporter when she first got out until I started seeing information that just wasn't jiving. The math wasn't mathing, you know what I mean? And
Oh, it's a
I
lot.
think that Gypsy lived her whole life being a con and that she felt so comfortable with it because she had fooled people for so long. She thought she could continue to, and was sadly mistaken that there were people out here that could figure out her bullshit. And people were figuring it out even when she was living with Dee Dee. They were kind of getting on to her. So, it is what it is. I don't wish her any harm. I think she should just simply go away and live her life and do her, but that's not going to happen. Fancy is doing Audrey. I don't know. I'm not friends with Fancy, unfortunately, on here anymore. But I don't have anything bad to say about Fancy. Do I agree with everything she does? No, but that I don't have to. I mean, it's okay. I don't agree with a lot of things
But
that happen.
I love Jen, I love Judy, and I love Hidden, like Ken's sister there. She's so sweet and so kind, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know her. I believe a lot what she says, and
Oh, yeah.
is everybody in the world
just come
lying,
out of
or
their
do
ass.
you just believe Gypsy? You know what I mean? Like, is everybody else wrong and Gypsy's right? Or I mean, I don't think so. So, but it is what it is.
I have family members just like that in real life. So, would I have met this girl in the store and she would have told me that? I probably wouldn't have believed her. Because you got to understand, some people will take things, twist the fucking narrative, and make it sound different. Like she is a liar and she has never met just. Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't say she did.
I don't.
Well, like I said, I think there's some truth on both sides. I think there's a little bit of truth all the way around. I don't think that this girl just came up here and started lying for no reason. I think there's truth, if so, MLF, everybody would have to be lying. Ryan, her, I mean, come on.
And I'm going to be honest with anybody who has a problem with Autumn. You're not going to shit talk her while she ain't here. You got a problem with her, just do that. Just saying that she's proven to be a liar. Okay. What about the time when Gypsy decided to do what she was doing now? Want to talk about that? Do you want to talk about the interrogation video? Do you want to talk about the medical files?
Kelly,
Exactly. There you go. Everyone needs to get back at Gypsy needs to get back to Gypsy is
100%.
exactly. She's a con artist. She's a liar. She's manipulative.
Oh, where'd she go? Maybe she'll pop back up. I agree. I think we all need to just get back to talking about true crime, and that's what we came back to do, and we're going to do that. I actually ordered the book that Liam wrote for Dee Dee. Oh, it's okay. I don't know where you went. I'm going to read it on Monday, and I'm going to read it blind with you guys, and we're going to see what you guys think. I'm very interested in reading that book and seeing if there's anything in there that we haven't covered yet. You may threats. Everyone is she in here? Are you talking about Chewy issue? Yeah, have a seat. A dreamer. I was saying that I do not agree with the threats that he made. Obviously, I do not support any man threatening a woman ever. So, well, that's not nice, MLF. Why do you have to call names? Why are we ignorant? Because garbage full of stealing other content. Is it? I don't know. I haven't read it. So I was going to read it blindly with everybody and see what we thought about it. So we'll see how it goes, But I just really wanted to come up, and in 15 minutes, I know Mimi's going live and she's got some stuff that she's bringing out. I don't know what it is, but I definitely want to hear what's being said. But yeah, that's not what it was said yesterday. I just wanted to, Scully, I'm about to get off, sweetie, but I'll be back on in a little bit. Thank you for coming up, though. I'd like to have you back up when I come back on. I just wanted to, she might have a seat. I don't know, Dreamer. I'm just going to go over there and listen. And normally, like I said, I don't listen to lives. I just don't. I don't have the attention span for them. So I just wait for somebody else to tell me what's going on. Works hard. Mimi works harder. Yeah, I don't know what it's even about. I was just told that I should probably listen. So, again, I don't listen to lives. I just don't. I only do them, partake in them if they're mine. So, I don't have the time to sit here and listen to everybody's lives and decipher what everybody's talking about. I wish I did, but I don't. I took today and tomorrow off, or my first days off in so long, and that's because my daughters are coming up, and we've got stuff to do for the parade and stuff tomorrow. So I'm going to jump in, listen to it a little bit. I just really wanted to clarify what was said yesterday, and that was that I supported whatever it was that Chewy said, and I don't. I do not think what he said was right. I don't think any man should ever threaten a woman. Like I said, my point to that was, you can't get on here and continuously go after people not knowing what those people are capable of on the other side. People are going to keep messing around on this app and either mess with somebody's mental health and somebody's going to hurt themselves, or they're going to mess with them and they're going to do something awful. It is not worth putting yourself in harm's way to continue just getting on here every day and being horrible to people time after time after time. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not worth it. You're going to put yourself in harm's way. And that's what it's never come for Chewy. Kids, he lied about that. I don't know if he did or not. I don't know if he did or not, because she did mine. She went after my personal life. She went after my children. She went after my job. She went after my nonprofits I work with. So why would I think for a second that she hasn't? Dreamer, seriously. I've watched her do it to other creators. I have watched her on here the past year that she's been in this community. Just continuous fuckery. So, why wouldn't I believe that she is capable of doing that? Come on. I mean, you're allowed your opinion. No, Kelly, don't call Dreamer names. She's actually a friend of mine. I actually am very fond of Dreamer. We're friends off this app, and, sorry, Enola. I don't want to say Enola. I don't want to say your name wrong. I'm about to get down, but yes, we are. So please, be respectful to anybody who's in my live. I don't want to. I agree, Jay Vincent. I agree. Always respect one another in my lives. I don't ever want anybody calling anybody names. And like I said, Dreamer and I are friends outside this app, so I'm very fond of her. And she's allowed her opinion. Normally, we don't talk about Gypsy when she's in here, but she came in, and normally she'll leave. So. Anyways, I'm going to read the book. I'm going to see what it has to say. It might be a bunch of stuff that we've already covered for the Up on Cats. No fleas anymore. Yay! Yeah, I didn't get a message back from him the other day when I messaged him. I was going to stop by this weekend on my days off, but already it's 5 o'clock, and I still haven't gotten half the shit I need to get done. But I think they're closed for the holiday weekend anyways. I'll have to... It's right by my house. I'll still try to swing by. But... yeah, please be kind to one another in here. I don't like the fighting. But yeah, let's go see what Mimi has to say. Maybe she got something. I don't know. The book he stole other creators' content. I think at this point, anybody who has content out probably got it from another creator. I mean, Natasha and Fancy were two of the first people that came with any information. We all got a lot of our information from them. I was asked to go live. I'm not even sure what I have other than I'm letting them speak. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe I didn't know, so I didn't want to speak on it. So, stop. Tread Zeppelin, you stop. What are you talking about? Where are we stopping? I'll wait. Dreamer. What did Dreamer do? She didn't do anything. Look, she's entitled to her opinion. She's entitled to her opinion. Lou is about Chewy. Okay. Dreamer, no, she actually wasn't. She, again, I'm going to take up for Mimi again. So everybody fucking screen record this. She said the same thing I did yesterday. That no, we do not agree. She does not. I do not. Neither one of us agree on what he said. Again, I think Mimi was trying to say the same thing that I've just said is you cannot fucking sit here for a year and continuously go after people, their families, their lives, their livelihood, not knowing what the other person on the other side of that screen is capable of doing. And you can't, just stop. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. You just don't know what people are capable of on here. So sorry about that. I'm getting like shit ton of text from my girls. So, let's just see what happens. But I'm not going to sit here and get on this train either. Poor Sal's. She's a victim. She's not a victim. She's not a victim. Is it horrible what Chewy said? Yes. Did he do anything? No. And I pray that he doesn't. But, she's going to ride this one all the way home. So it is what it is. It is what it is. And I'm sorry it's happening. Okay, MLF. I mean, no, I don't think she's a victim. I think that somebody said some very vile things to her. Very vile. She clocked me and Mimi, but I hate her for it. No, I don't even think about Sal's. I could really care less what she does. I'm not the one who makes up fake accounts and goes after her and makes up lies. And you see, she doesn't exist in my world. She doesn't affect my life at all. So, yeah, that's what she's done to everybody, Mimi. Because what he said is threatening. I do think she's a victim. Yes, of that. I think that he said some very vile, scary things to her. 100%. I've said that like 100 times. 100 times. But she is a vile human being too. So that's just my opinion. Nobody has to agree with me. So it is what it is. Everybody can be mad at me. Yeah, Shandy, I know. Still doesn't excuse what he said, though. I mean, he said some pretty vile things. I would like to hear how the rest of those 7 hours on that phone call went and what the other people on that phone call were saying as well. I would like to hear the whole thing because there was only 4 people in there and one of them turned over that call. I'd like to hear what they had to say in this phone call, to be honest with you. Because 2 of the people were Rose and Chewy. What about the other 2 people, what they were saying? I would love to hear that whole phone call. Right, Shandy, I agree. But, everybody's going to forget about what Sal's has done in this community for the past year. So that really pisses me off. I'm like, you just gave her a free pass to get up here and boo-hoo to everybody. So, and if she's scared, take it to the police. And I gave Cherry's out. Yeah, I would, if I was really scared, I would make a police report. Yep, she should take it to the police. I don't think so, Angel. I don't know, so I don't really want to speak on it. So I'm not really sure if she has or not. But if somebody was threatening to physically harm me or grape me, I would. Yeah, Nanny, it's not enough. It's not. To go to cop and press charges. Obviously, I would. If somebody made that threat to me, I would. I've had people make lesser threats to me, and I had the sheriffs out here putting it on record. I don't know, Angel. That's just what somebody told me, that he said. I haven't heard it. And I think he said if she shows up at his front door, he'd have his way with her. I think that's what it was said. I don't know. I didn't listen to all of it. You know, I don't know. So I really can't speak on most of it. Again, I don't sit in lives and listen to them. I get little clips from people who send me stuff and I listen to it, and that's about it. So I was told that's what he insinuated. Yeah, Zeppelin, I heard it was. The little clips that I heard, it was. So, again, I don't support that. Agreed, Blue. So, yeah, I wouldn't be sitting on TikTok crying about it. I'd be at the police department. I'd be filing a case. If I was really afraid for my life and somebody had made those threats to me, like I said, when I got the threats last year, I had the sheriffs come out. I put it all on paper. So if anything did happen, then I had already made them aware of what was being threatened. So it is what, and you know how fucking stupid I felt that I had to call out my local sheriffs to complain about something on TikTok? It was mortifying. I was embarrassed with it even coming out of my mouth. I've never felt so stupid in my life. This is the perceived fear of she's parent. Exactly, Zeppelin, exactly. So that's why I feel like it's all for show, you know, because most women would take that very seriously and they would protect themselves and their family. So it's just my opinion. Probably not a popular one, but it's my opinion. So, well, Dreamer, we have to agree then that if she really feels threatened, she should file a police report and not be sitting on TikTok doing interviews about it all day. Just saying what I would do. It would be on file. So, you know, it is what it is. It doesn't matter what I say right now. They're going to twist it and I'll be the bad guy anyways. So, even though I've never done anything vile to anybody on this app, ever. So, it is what it is. But I'm going to jump down. I'll be back on later. I'm going to listen to Mimi's live and see what it is that they want her to go live about. And y'all go over there and then we can reconvene. Terry, I will. I'm excited. I'm so excited they're coming. I might go live while I decorate the Jeep and get everything done. We're going to go pick up the paddle boards. Oh, I'm just so excited about tomorrow. I can't wait. So you guys come back later. Bye-bye. I love each and every one of y'all. I appreciate it when y'all come hang out with me. And remember, just be good people. Don't get sucked into the drama. So I will be back on later. Everybody go over and watch Mimi's live and let's see what's going to happen. All right. Thank you, Angel. You too. If I don't see y'all later, have a safe weekend. Bye.